Hello my sugar fans, welcome to another cake decorating edition. So I'll be showing you how I made all the things on this cake, so please stay tuned till the end. Okay, we know first things first, for every cake decorating for fondant you're going to have to layer your cakes. Yes, I know it can be messy sometimes, but you have to do it. Okay, so the first thing you ought to do is to choose your very sturdy cake, the strongest cake. When I don't mean the strongest cake per se, I mean like a dense cake that can carry all the other layers of your cake. Okay, now my cakes are usually buttercream or butter cakes, sorry, not buttercream, butter cakes. Yes, so they are strong enough to carry the weight of all the other cakes on them. Okay, so but if you're going to be working with oil-based cakes, I think you want to start with a cake that is, will I say, denser or stronger than the other, that can carry the weight of the cake on top of each other. Okay, so now back to our tutorial. Okay, what you want to do is to trim everything. Okay, now I have a video where I shared this recipe. You can also check it out. I'll be linking it up here. Okay, so of course we are trimming our cakes. We always trim our cakes. Please, if you feel that you're covering fondant cakes and you're not trimming your cakes, please, you are wrong. You are in the wrong. You cannot be watching my videos and then you're not trimming your cakes properly. Please come closer here. Yes, nearer. Thank you. Please come close and trim your cakes, okay? Yes, that way it will look very nice. All right, I love you. So now, after we have trimmed our cakes, I'm using a skewer. You know that skewer that they used to use and do meat? Yes, that's the skewer that I'm using to do the concrete, okay? So please don't mind me. Yes, it holds your cake together so that it will not move while you're concocting. Yeah? Yes. I know someone will come and tell me, but it's not strong enough. Please, it's strong enough for my own cake here. If you feel it's not strong enough, you can use rod or you can use something else, please. Yeah? Thank you very much. So please, for your concours, as usual, I've said it before and I'll say it again. For your concours, please try to make your buttercream a bit lighter. Alright, let's not be the normal buttercream that you use to cover your main buttercream cake that you use, because it will just be dragging the cake, to be dragging the cake to one side and it will not cover properly, and you cannot smooth out everything. So don't mind me. I was talking with my assistant and we were having a jolly good time together. So please laugh with us here. I'll always teach, I'll always make a tutorial as if I'm making the first tutorial, because I know someone will say, you have done this before. Yes, I've done it before, but someone will still watch this video for the first time. So please allow me to do the introduction again. So after you've concocted your cakes or applied your buttercream, what you want to do is to go in and take off the excess. Please take off the excess. It's fondant, okay? Take off as much as you can. If you don't take it off, when you're putting your fondant on the cake, it will tend to drag it down. Before you use your fondant, you have to knead it and make sure that it's pliable. Now, if your fondant is stretchy or sticky, or you feel it's soft, especially when it's rainy season, I would advise you to add a bit of CMC. Yes, that way it will not be sweaty at the end when you finish kneading or covering the cake. All right, so add a bit of CMC and then knead over again. The CMC will activate when you cover the cake and it will not be sweaty. All right, so this is a trick to making your fondant to be pliable and good. So now, after doing that, it's time to roll out our fondant in the shape that we want it. So because you're using the paneling method, you see how I rolled out in a log before I started rolling out with my rolling pin. Yes, that way you're going to get a more lengthy fondant. All right, so try to roll out in a log when you're covering with paneling method. But if you want to cover in full method, what you want to do is to roll out in the size or the shape of the cake. If it's circle, you make it a circle before you roll it out. If it is a square, you make it a square before rolling out. So always try to roll out. Please let your fondant not be too thin. Okay, measure your fondant before you start covering. Make sure that it will get to the length of your cake before you start covering. I know it's a bit difficult for first timers, but please try again. All right, this is what I keep telling myself. If I don't get it the first time, I'll try again. If I don't get it the second time, I'll try again. If I try the third time I don't get it, I probably will go and sleep, cry, do anything I can do, but at the end of the day I will try to get it if you are interested in it. Okay, so we are covering our cakes in fondant, and this is a new method though, but you can also refer back to my first teaching on how to cover a cake in fondant and use it. I think this is the method I used in that one. I'm not exactly sure because I have a lot of methods I use for covering my cake, but please do watch this video over and over again for you to get a hang of it. All right. For the engagement box that you're seeing me paint right now, what I did was to roll out a white piece of fondant. Then I cut it out in 4 different sizes. So after cutting out the 4 different pieces, then I had to cut out another piece for the down part that I will glue the other 4 to the side. So after gluing them, I use the smoother to set them straight on the side. So after you do this, well, the next thing you're going to do is to make the top. So for the top, I cut out another piece of white fondant, but this time I made it to be a bit thicker than the other one, so that because it's something you're going to place on the side, so make sure that it's equal to the size of the main box. Okay, that way it will be able to look even. So after that, I rolled out a tiny piece to make the bow on top of the engagement ring. You know a box of engagement ring has that thing on the top. So I just cut out a little strip, a tiny strip of fondant. So, and I applied it on the top of the engagement box to be like a ribbon or something like that. So for the Bible, I colored a purple fondant, and I'm going to be covering this in purple. Now I have a detailed video on how to cover a Bible cake or a book cake, so please do check it out. I'll be linking it in the description box. Please kindly check it out. Okay, this is just a preview of what you will see in that video. Okay, at this point, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please kindly click on the subscription button. Also, don't forget to click on the notification button to get my updates when I post a new video. Okay. So for the Bible, I used buttercream to attach it to the body of the board. Now you can use royal icing, you can use glucose syrup if you have that at hand. All right. So I remembered I was supposed to add the beads to the body of the cake, so I removed the Bible and then started to add the beads. Now what I did to add the beads was to mix CMC and water, just a bit of CMC and a little bit of water to make it a bit liquid. Then I placed it or used the brush to rub it on the body of the fondant. That's how I attached it. Now I'm going to be showing you how I made the beads. Okay, so I have here a red fondant that I colored and also added a bit of CMC to make it hard. Okay, so I'm rolling out a log, so you can use your smoother to roll out so that it will be very smooth. Now I'm cutting out the shapes that I wanted. So if you want it in circle, you can easily just roll it in your hands and then form a circle like this. Okay, the reason why I cut it like this is so that it's going to be even. Okay. Now to attach the beads, you have to make sure that your beads are a bit dry before you attach it. To attach it, you need a pin, a needle and a rope. Okay, so that way after you've attached, you start attaching it or going through the middle. Then after you've attached the size or length that you want, you tie it up and then cut out the excess. That way you can have a bead. You see how it's looking so real? For the kola nut, what you want to do is color a fondant either in peach or a very light pink color, depending on the color of your nut. So you roll out in your hands and make sure you don't have creases. Roll out in an oval shape. Then you use this dredging tool to make your mark in the center. Okay. Then after you've made your mark in the center, what you want to do is to go in with either a black marker or a brown marker. I prefer the brown, and then make your mark. And that way you're having a realistic looking kola nut. Okay. For the mark on the cake, what I did was to use a gold dust and an edible spirit with a brush. Then I started painting on the body of the cake. So it's very easy to do. You can do this. Then I went ahead to use water to attach the rest of my sugarcraft. Alright, so do this as much as you can to decorate your cake. So please, I will share this secret with you. Whenever you're making a fondant cake and you've covered the board, please try to use a ribbon to cover the board itself. It gives the cake a very nice look and professional look. Okay, so this is what I do when I work with my fondant cakes. I go in and cover it with a ribbon. So this is the final look. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.